So in this class we will start chapter number 2, the first topic of chapter number 2, electric potential and capacitance here. Correct? So in this chapter we will be going to define first what is electrostatic potential, and later on we will take the other concepts of the chapter also. So to define electric potential, we need to first give the concept of electrostatic potential energy difference here. Correct? So the first topic in this chapter we take is electrostatic potential energy difference. Now क्लास 11th में हम लोगों ने स्टडी किया था कि concept of potential energy is applicable only for the forces which are conservative in nature here, and since electrostatic force is a conservative force here, so we can sufficiently define the electrostatic potential energy of say a system of two charges or system of many charges here. Correct? So first what we do is we try to find what is the relation between the electrostatic potential energy and the work done whenever a charge is moved in an electric field configuration from one part to other part here. Correct? So उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, we take a source charge here, let this is a source charge, we take this source charge to be Q here, then certainly this source charge will produce some electric field in its surrounding here. Okay, तो इस source charge के electric field में अगर हम किसी टेस्ट चार्ज को मूव करें किसी एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट तक, करेक्ट, then obviously some work has to be done by the electrostatic force between the two charges as well as by the external force which is making the charge move from one point to other point in the electric field configuration here. And since electric force, the electrostatic force is the conservative forces here, so the work done by the electrostatic forces will be path independent. So we are free to choose any convenient path, say from one point to another point in the electric field configuration of the charge Q. So let a small charge is moved from point R. A small charge Q is moved from point R to point Q here. Sorry, to point P here by an external force here. Correct? So हम लोग क्या डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, ये एक सोर्स चार्ज है, this plus Q is a source charge here, and in the electric field configuration of source charge, a very small charge Q is being moved from point R to point P very slowly without any acceleration, or say it's moved in such a manner that the change in kinetic energy of the charged particle is almost zero. Correct? So we know at every point there will be some energy of the charged particle, there will be some energy possessed by the charged particle in the electric field configuration of the plus Q. That we can say, always say here, correct? Let potential energy at point P, let potential energy of the system here at point P, let me denote this potential energy by UP here, and let potential energy at point R, let me denote this by UR here. So suppose by external force if a charge is moved from R to P here, then since electrostatic forces are conservative forces, we can write here that when Q is moved from R to P by an external force, then work done by external force is equal to plus of change in potential energy of the system. This is how we write this. So this can be written as work done by external force is equal to plus of change in delta U. Or we can write this as delta U is equal to work done by external force, and this when the particle is moved, charged particle is moved from R to P, then obviously at point P we are taking the energy to be UP, at R we are taking it to be UR only. then this will be written as change will be UP minus UR, that is final minus initial, and this will be is equal to W when we brought the particle from R to P. This I write the first relation here. So the change in electrostatic potential energy of the system as Q is moved from R to P is given by UP minus UR. Then again in class 11th हम लोगों ने किया था, you remember that to define, since what is physically meaningful quantity is the change in potential energy. At a given point potential energy is not at all meaningful here, correct? But still to define absolute potential energy at point P, we have to take the other point in such a manner that at that point potential energy becomes zero. We call that point as reference point here, correct? So to define potential energy of the system when Q and when the charge Q and Q are separated by this much of distance, then the other point has to be taken at infinity such that energy at that point will become zero. This point is called reference point. So what we do here, let us take R at infinity such that since at infinity no forces will be present, so we can assume that energy of the particle system will be equal to UR will be is equal to 0 here. Okay, then equation 1 may be written as, equation 1 becomes UP minus U infinity is equal to W infinity P, and this becomes, since U infinity, UR means R has been taken at infinity, this becomes 0, so we can write UP is equal to W infinity P, and this is the electrostatic potential energy of the charge Q where it is kept at point P. Then this, how we can define this? Electrostatic potential energy at any point P is defined as work done to bring a charged particle from infinity to the given point at very slow rate, or we can say alternatively without acceleration, such that there is no change in potential energy of the charged particle here, correct? So the UP will become is equal to W infinity P. So this becomes equation number 2. So the potential energy has been defined in terms of work done here. So the SI unit of the potential energy will be is equal to SI unit of U, you always remember this, will be is equal to Joule. So we denote the potential energy by the Joule here. So once again we can define what is potential energy at a given point P. It's the work done in bringing a charged particle from infinity to the given point in the electric field configuration of any other charged particle without changing kinetic energy of the small charged particle that is being brought. We can say alternatively it can be said without any acceleration, correct? So this is how we have defined this electrostatic potential energy of a system of 2-point charges, correct? Now why we have defined this electrostatic potential energy here? Because from this electrostatic potential energy we will be defining the new concept, new physical concept here, and that concept is known as electrostatic potential here, correct? So now we take the next topic here and that topic is electrostatic potential difference. Now, whenever the charged particle Q is moved from R to P here without changing its kinetic energy, then potential energy, change in potential energy is defined as UP minus UR is equal to WRP only, correct? So in this case we can define one more physical quantity with the help of potential energy, and that is known as electrostatic potential difference here. So how it is defined as? So when Q is moved from point R to P without changing its kinetic energy, then electrostatic potential energy, sorry, not potential energy, then electrostatic potential difference is defined as change in potential energy per unit charge. This is what we call change in potential energy per unit charge here. That is, the potential difference will be is equal to change in potential energy upon Q. Okay, we can take it further now. So it can be written as, that is potential difference is equal to change is UP minus UR upon Q. This will be is equal to WRP upon Q. So this will be written as UP upon Q minus UR upon Q is equal to WRP upon Q, which becomes is equal to UP upon Q will be termed as electric potential at point P, and UR upon Q will be termed as electric potential at point R, and this becomes WRP upon Q, where you can always tell that since here V is equal to U upon Q is termed as electric potential at a given point. Electric potential. So you see, UP upon Q is electric potential at point P, UR upon Q is electric potential at point R, and obviously WR upon Q is the work done by external force to bring the particle from point R to point P. Correct. Then again in the same manner, first we have defined electrostatic potential energy difference, then we have defined absolute potential energy at a given point. Similarly, to define electric potential at a given point, the one point has to be taken as reference point, or we have to choose that in such a manner that potential at that point will become zero. So by that procedure, what we do is, if we take R at infinity such that VR is equal to V infinity is equal to 0. Okay, this obviously we call this as reference point here. Then this becomes Vp minus V infinity is equal to W infinity upon Q, and this becomes Vp is equal to W infinity upon Q. This is the definition of electric potential at a given point P. So how we define this electric potential now? So from here you can give the definition of the electric potential at a given point. So electric potential at point P is defined as, okay, I am giving you the definition now. Electric potential at point P is defined as work done to bring a unit positive test charge from infinity to the given point in electric field configuration of any arbitrarily charged configuration without changing its kinetic energy. Let me tell you, once again reiterate here, whenever we give the definition of electric potential at a point, we have to write this without changing potential energy of the charged particle which is being brought from one point to the other point. Okay, so electric potential at a given point P is defined as work done to bring a unit positive test charge from infinity to the given point in electric field configuration of any arbitrarily charge without changing its kinetic energy. Okay, so this is how it. Therefore, you can always write now. Therefore, electric potential electric potential is V is equal to V at P is equal to, it becomes W infinity P upon Q N. Later on, we will not mention P now, we will only writing whenever we ask what is electric potential, then taking reference point at infinity, we will be giving the formula for the electric potential as V is equal to W upon Q. Correct? So from this formula, you can write the SI unit of the electric potential. So SI unit will be is equal to, it's put W we write joule, put charge we write per coulomb. Sorry, coulomb. So it becomes joule per coulomb. Correct? Alternatively, we can write this as joule per coulomb also. If you write the dimensions formula for the potential here, then dimensional formula it becomes, since V is equal to W we write M1 L2 T minus 2 and put charge. Since you know current is equal to charge upon time, so charge becomes is equal to current into time here. So for current we write ampere A and for T we write T. So you can write the dimensional formula for M1, L2 is all okay, T1 will make it T minus 3 and A will make it A minus 1. So this is dimensional formula for the electrostatic potential. Since this electrostatic potential at a given point is the ratio of work done and the charge, both are scalar physical quantity, so you can always tell what is nature of the electrostatic potential. So we will be telling this will be a scalar physical quantity only. That is the thing to remember here. Electric potential is a scalar physical quantity here. Correct? So this we have written. Okay. Now I tell you one more thing here. If you remember, note I write here. If you remember a work energy theorem that we have done, work energy theorem, this we have done, work done by all forces. Work done by all forces is equal to change in kinetic energy. So if you are bringing the charged particle, from one point to another point without changing its kinetic energy, then delta K will be 0 and the forces which are doing work on the system here as electrostatic forces and the external forces. वर्क डन कौन कौन करेंगे, एक तो इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स करेगा और एक जो इसको लेके आ रहा वो करेगा यहाँ पे. ठीक है, सो दो फोर्सेस होंगे. तो आई राइट फॉर इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स आई राइट EL and for external forces I write EXT. Okay, so work done by electric forces and external forces will be is equal to 0. So I can always say W external will be is equal to W of electric forces only. ठीक है, so this will become your next relation here. This will be minus of W electric. Therefore, whenever it comes, now I give you what we have done so far here. Suppose you have taken in charge particle in the electric field of any other charge configuration. If you have taken a charged particle from Q to point B from any path, since electrostatic forces are conservative forces, then how to write the relation between work done and the electric potential? Let potential at the point is VA, and at this point let me take the potential to be VB here. Then what can we write from this? We have done this is WAB upon Q. This will be is equal to VB minus VA. And let me tell you, this relation has been written when you consider the work by the external forces. Correct? And since work done by external forces are always equal and opposite to the electric forces here, therefore, or the same thing can be written as WAB upon Q is equal to VA minus VB. Okay, this will when you consider electric forces or electrostatic forces. This is when you consider electrostatic forces. So generally we use this formula only, WAB upon Q is equal to VB minus VA for external forces only. But sometimes if anyone asks you what is the work done by the internal forces or the electrostatic forces, then we will be using this formula. You can see the difference here. It's WAB, तो यहाँ पे VB minus VA आया है external के लिए. लेकिन डब्ल्यू ए बी जब इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्सेस के लिए करेंगे तो ए है तो यहाँ भी वी ए माइनस वी बी ही आएगा, करेक्ट ना। तो ये अपने पास में एक रिलेशन यहाँ पे बन के आता है, ठीक है। तो इसको आप बहुत अच्छे तरीके से लर्न करके हम रखेंगे, ठीक है। देन वी कैन गिव अ कंडीशन। सो दिस वी हैव द कंडीशन हियर, condition for electrostatic forces to be conservative. Condition for electrostatic forces to be conservative. This we write. So this we very easily we can write this. Suppose we have taken a charged particle from A to B. Let the Q has been taken from A to B in the electric field configuration of any other charged particle. Then let me put this by path first here. So what is WAB? In the path first, tell me. WAB first upon Q will be is equal to VB minus VA, isn't it? So this may be written as work done is equal to Q into VB minus VA. This becomes your equation number say 1. All done? ठीक है. Now let the particle has moved from B to A again. Let me put this as second path. So why I have taken this charged particle back to point Q? You can say the charged particle has completed round trip. Okay, it has undergone a round trip. So similarly, you can write what is work done. So it's second point WBAB upon through the path second. This will be is equal to Q into. It will be is equal to say W, okay, let me write this as WBA upon Q through second is equal to its VA minus VB, correct? So this becomes WBA upon second is equal to Q into VA minus VB. This is equation number 2, isn't it? So you can say now equation 1 and 2 implies WAB first plus WBA second. If I add these two, then Q of VB, Q of minus VB, this is going to be 0 here. Then you say work done in the round trip. Work done in the round trip has become 0, and this is the condition for the conservative forces. So you can say electrostatic forces are conservative forces. This is simple proof of the electrostatic forces being conservative forces. Correct. Then W in a round trip, work done in a round trip, you can always write, since formula for the work done is F dot dr is equal to 0, and since it is in a round trip, I can put this by integration sign and put a circle here. Correct. So work done in a round trip. So work done is work done by any force in a small displacement is F dot dr, and for a complete round trip you can put this by integration sign here, correct? So this may be written as F is equal to QE dot dr is equal to 0, and Q can be taken common and it cannot be equal to 0, so you can write E dot dr is equal to 0. So this is the condition for the electrostatic forces being conservative here, and this condition can be written as this integration is over a line only, so this is known as line integral of electric field over a closed loop is 0. So what is the condition for the electrostatic forces being conservative? Line integral of electric field over a closed path or loop, over a closed loop is 0. So we have defined the concept of electric potential here and also electric potential difference, and given the condition for the electrostatic forces to be conservative here. Okay. Now we find electric potential due to a single point charge here. So we take a point charge Q, and at point P we want to find the potential. So how can we find potential at point P? Then we know the definition. Potential at point P is work done by external force to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to the given point P here. So the formula will be Vp is equal to W infinity P upon Q, such that at every point when we bring the charged particle, external force has to be equal and opposite to the electrostatic force acting between the charged particle and the unit positive test charge which is being brought here. करेक्ट. सो हम क्या करेंगे, हम यहाँ से एक चार्ज पार्टिकल Q को मूव करेंगे इन्फिनिटी से P तक, और इसमें कितना वर्क डन होगा वो हम निकालेंगे. सिंस फोर्स बिटवीन Q एंड Q इज वेरिएबल फोर्स गिवन बाय कूलॉम्स लॉ, इसलिए वर्क डन निकालने के लिए वी हैव टू यूज हियर इंटीग्रेशन टेक्निक, और वी हैव टू यूज द फॉर्मूला व्हिच इन्वॉल्व्स इंटीग्रेशन फॉर द वर्क. सो let the charge has been moved from infinity by very small displacement here, and let at any intermediate stage when the charge is brought to this point, let me denote this point by P dash, such that its distance from the charge is x. धीरे धीरे चार्ज हमने मूव किया, हम यहाँ पे आ गए. अब यहाँ से अगर थोड़ा भी डिस्प्लेसमेंट इसको आगे करेंगे dx, तो dx और f एक्सटर्नल एक ही डायरेक्शन में होंगे यहाँ पे, और जो F इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स होगा वो इसके अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में होगा. करेक्ट. तो इस छोटे से डिस्प्लेसमेंट में कितना वर्क डन होगा वो हम लिखेंगे यहाँ पे. तो यहाँ लिखेंगे स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क डन, स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क डन बाय एक्सटर्नल फोर्स. ठीक है. व्हेन इट इज डिस्प्लेस्ड थ्रू डिस्टेंस dx, तो उसको हम लिखेंगे dw इज इक्वल टू F external dot dx. Since angle between the two is 0, this becomes F dx cos 0, and cos 0 is 1. So this becomes dw is equal to, and F external at every point is equal to minus Fe. So we write this as minus Fe of dx, and force between the charge Q and Q when they are separated by a distance x is, ये फोर्स कूलॉम्स लॉ से देंगे, ये हो जाएगा k q q अपॉन x स्क्वायर इंटू डी एक्स. देयरफॉर द टोटल वर्क डन व्हेन वी ब्रिंग द चार्ज पार्टिकल फ्रॉम इन्फिनिटी टू p विल बी गिवन बाय इंटीग्रेटिंग दिस. सो वी राइट देयरफॉर वर्क डन, टोटल वर्क डन टू ब्रिंग q फ्रॉम इन्फिनिटी टू पॉइंट p, that will become W infinity P is equal to integration from infinity to P, that is distance R, and this will become minus k q q upon x square of dx. So this becomes W infinity Q is equal to minus k q q, हम कॉमन ले लेंगे, this is infinity to R 1 upon x square dx. And let me tell you, integration for the 1 upon x square is minus 1 upon x. So this becomes minus 1 upon x infinity to, this minus and minus will become plus. So this is W infinity P is equal to k q q 1 upon R minus 1 upon infinity. So this is W infinity P is equal to, it's k q q upon, this is equation number 2. Therefore, by definition, potential Vp is equal to this. Therefore, electric potential at point P, this will be Vp is equal to W infinity upon Q. So this Q will cancel by this Q only. So Vp comes out to be kq upon. This is electric potential due to a single point charge, which is V is equal to kq upon R here. Then, so what we have done is, if you have a charged particle Q here, and I ask you what is electric potential at point P, Q R here, you will say, sir, this will be kq upon R. That's it. If I ask you, I have a charged particle Q1 here, what is potential at point R1? Then you will be saying, sir, V1 will be is equal to kq1 upon R1. That's it. Then I ask you, there is a charge Q2 here, what is potential at R2? Then you will be saying, sir, potential will be is equal to KQ2 upon R. This is the expression for the electric potential, correct? So derivation is all okay, but when we have to apply the concept of potential, then due to a single point charge at a point R distance, R1 distance, R2 distance away, potential will be K charge and upon the distance of the charge from the given point, correct? Also, equation 3 implies V is equal to, it's KQ upon R, so the dependence will be 1 upon R here, or the formula will be written as K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, this becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon R. You know this 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 and K is 9 into 10 to the power 9 as I